hold on, let me turn this TV off. All right, so I made it to my hotel finally after a very long travel situation. It's crazy. It was technically still a Thursday when I left my apartment in San Francisco. My flight was at like 1 a.m. Friday, and it's now like 4 or 5 p.m. in Bali time on Saturday. So like the fact that basically I just skipped Friday. Friday just didn't happen for me. But yeah, so we're at the hotel. I'm about to do a good little room tour, and then I'll come back and talk to the camera a little bit more. So I booked a private pool villa. So this is what you see when you first like walk in the door, quote unquote. So I have my own little garden type of situation, and then this is the private pool, and there's like just like a sitting area over there. Over here is a living room. I probably won't be using this space, but this villa can sleep up to like 4. So they would put a sofa bed and like 2 people could sleep over here if you had more people. There's like a little kitchen. So there's like a refrigerator, microwave. I think this is just a cabinet. Yeah. They left me a couple bottles of water. I went ahead and put those in the fridge because it is pretty warm outside. We have another little sitting area over here, and then we have the actual bedroom. So there's the little cabinets, closets over there. So there's robes, slippers, all that good stuff. The little luggage space, which I'll open my bag up in a second. The actual bed, TV, desk, and this is the bathroom. The shower, which, where does this go to? Oh my God, there's more. It's a whole nother like private patio situation out here. Yeah. All right, so about this travel. So I left from San Francisco. My flight was at like 1 a.m. Thursday or Friday morning. I was supposed to land here at 2:40 p.m. We got a little bit delayed for a couple of different reasons. So it is now basically 5 p.m. and I'm just getting to my room. So I flew on China Airlines, which I had never flown on China Airlines before. Not sure if y'all have used that airline. I will say I'm not sure if I would fly that airline again, mainly because I felt like the seats were less comfortable than what I'm used to on planes. Not bad, because I feel like no seat is gonna be super comfortable after like 13 hours on a plane, especially in economy class. But I just felt like it was a little bit hard. And at one of the first flight I was on, there was like this Velcro thing on the headrest that kept catching on my hair. Thankfully I had a scarf to like tie around my head so that it wouldn't like catch my hair. But still, the fact that there was just like Velcro, I don't know. It was just it was okay. Food was also okay. I didn't really eat much on the first flight because like it was the middle of the night, San Francisco time. But what I did like was that they had the option to request like special meals. So I requested a lactose-free meal when I was booking. And so all the people who requested special meals, they came around to confirm before we took off. And then we got served all of our special meals. I know I had the lactose-free meal. I saw someone else get a vegetarian meal. I think somebody got a kosher meal. So if you have dietary restrictions, they were really good about that. But yeah. So while I was in Taipei airport, I had like a 4-hour layover there. So I decided to go to the lounge because I do have Priority Pass membership, and I was able to get a good shower, which I appreciated because I was really sweaty and gross after that first flight that was 13 hours, and also all of the walking all through the airport to try to figure out where that particular lounge was. The airport was very confusing to me. I don't know if y'all have been in the Taipei airport, but I was very confused because it didn't specifically label like terminal 1, terminal 2. It was kind of like, oh, C gates are this way, D gates are this way, but like I was not aware that the C and the D gates were terminal 2, and so that's why I couldn't figure out where I was supposed to be going. So I ended up doing a lot of walking back and forth before I was like, you know what, let me just Google this because there has to be an easier way. So yeah, so because of all of that, you know, I was definitely happy to get a good shower. I got a little bit of a snack in the lounge as well, but not much because I had kind of eaten on the plane, and I knew that I would be eating on the plane on the way here as well. The lunch that I had today on my second flight was actually pretty good. I think it was some type of pork. I'm really not 100% sure. I'll insert the picture. But yeah, so that's about it. So I didn't make any plans for today in terms of activities or anything like that because I knew I was going to be like tired after getting here. So my plan for today is just to relax. I'm about to put on my bathing suit, put on some sunscreen and some bug spray because the mosquitoes are already out to get me. And I don't know if I'm just gonna hang out at my little private pool or I may decide I want to socialize and go to the main pool. We'll see how I feel, but yeah. All right, this is gonna be super quick because I'm already late. Apparently my driver's already here early. I don't know, whatever. So last night after I got out of the pool, I just went to eat at the hotel restaurant and then I went to bed. There was nothing to report. Today, I am about to go snorkeling. I will be vlogging that, so stay tuned. And yeah, we'll talk later. Hello, we are back. It's been a day. So it is now 5:23 p.m. I got home around, well, back to my hotel around 5 or so. So basically it was a really long day because the place where we snorkel is not like where I'm staying. It's kind of like further away. Excuse me, you see I'm tired. So basically I had to get picked up from here and then got driven to the meeting place for the activity. So then we all got on a ferry and went to an island. And then from that island, we had to get on, I don't even know what those vehicles are called, but it's like a truck in the front, and then there's like benches in the back where you just like sit. Anyway, so we got on one of those, went to a different part of the island where we actually started the activity. So it was like, from the time that I left from my hotel room to the time that we were actually starting the activity was already like 3 hours just because of everything that happened. There was a lot of waiting around also, so it wasn't just the transportation. But yeah, so that happened. Yeah, so anyway, so that happens. We get there. Once we finally get started, we get on the boats, we have all our equipment, we go to this specific area. The water was pretty rough there, but they said this is where the like manta rays hang out, so they wanted everybody to get out and like see if you could see them or not. I got out, promptly lost my fins, then I started panicking, which is not good when you're in the ocean. I did have like my snorkel vest on, so I wasn't like in danger of drowning or anything like that, but it was just like a little bit disconcerting, like being in the water and then losing my fins. And then also they hadn't put the ladder out to get back in the boat, so I was like, what do I do? Do I just like hang out in the water? Because then also the part that goes to my snorkel, like the part you put in your mouth that you can breathe through, that was also gone. So I'm like, okay, well now I have to just take off the goggles and just, anyway, it was a whole situation. So they ended up bringing me the like inner tube. So then I'm just hanging out in the inner tube until it's time to get back on the boat, until someone came and brought me back to the boat. And I was like, this is so embarrassing that I had to be brought back to the boat, but whatever. Anyway, so we leave from there. The water was really rough though. Like I was like, I have not experienced anything like this in the other times that I've been snorkeling. So we left from there. We went to a second spot, which was much more what I would expect. Although I put the actual life jacket on, not just the snorkel vest, because I was like, I don't trust it after my first experience. That was pretty cool. Like, we were able to see some good fish and everything like that. There was a turtle, but somehow I cut myself. Like, look at my hand. You see this nail is like gone. This one is the same, and I also cut my finger. So I really don't know how that happened. I was just in the water. I kind of started to feel like it was stinging, like as if I had cut myself. But like, I was like, whatever. So I continued snorkeling. Then when I get out of the water, I'm like, let me look at my hand and see why it was feeling like this. And I realized that this has happened. So yeah. Anyway, so after that, we had lunch. Lunch was really good. And then we went kayaking through the like mangrove forest, which was pretty cool. I didn't get any footage from that, but I think y'all have seen the footage that I got from the snorkeling that I decided to purchase. So now that I'm back, I'm tired. It's been a pretty long day. And I think the time difference is messing with me a little bit. So what I'm planning to do right now is to go walk around, go to a store, see if I can buy some first aid stuff so that I can like bandage my hand, because I didn't bring any. They probably have some in the hotel. I could probably just ask them for it, but it's also just an excuse to go walk around outside of my hotel. All right, so y'all are getting the selfie version because I am about to get in the bed. But basically, I was able to get some band-aids from the store, so mission accomplished. I just walked around the town for a bit. Was doing some people watching, had some coconut gelato, which was actually really good. They served it inside of a coconut. And then I came back, had dinner at the hotel restaurant, because when I was out, I was like, there's just too many people. I was like, I don't want to be around people right now. So I just came back here and ate. Then got in the shower, conditioned this hair, tried to put some sort of life back into it. Still looks kind of a mess, but it's all good. And now I'm about to get in the bed and chill for the rest of the night. I already pretty much got my stuff together because I'm leaving from here tomorrow and going somewhere else, but we will talk about that tomorrow. Good morning. It is now Monday, August 21st. I just went and had breakfast at the hotel restaurant because the breakfast is free here, so it's convenient. So right now I'm about to go check out and leave my bags here and everything. And then I am going to take a cooking class to learn how to cook Balinese food, because that seemed like a fun thing to do. I'm not sure how much footage I'm going to be able to get because I'm going to be cooking, obviously. But I'll try to get at least a couple of clips. And then after that, we will be headed to our next destination. More about that later.
Before we are continue working around over there, I will go to explain with you what the basic ingredient we are to prepare in the class today. So today we will be cook for Balinese food. Yes, we are not cooking European food or Asian food, but we are the cooking for Balinese food today. Yes. Everything we are the cooking today, the total is 12 items. 12 items. From 12 items, we are prepare about 2 paste. 1 spice paste for chicken, and then 1 spice paste for seafood. Yes, about of the makeup paste we are used with shallot and garlic. Yes, I hope all of you will be positive thinking during we are the cooking process, because we play with the knife, cutting board, and your finger. I don't want you chop your finger or you slice your skin. Yes. In Bali, when you are make a chicken paste, we are used with the galangal. But don't worry, when you are back in your home, if you don't have a galangal, no problem, you can change with ginger. Don't worry about that.
So that's what we're going to cook today. Okay? So again, roast chicken and banana leaf, pork and sriracha sauce, chicken satay, fish satay, minced chicken and banana leaf, boiled papaya salad, gado-gado, corn, nasi goreng and mee goreng. So 10 dishes. Every table we cook all the same thing. Okay? Before we start going to the cooking process, I have to make it. Okay, how do we grind place like this? Hold the pencil with your right hand like this, left hand on the top like this, back and forth. Okay? You need to ground all of this stuff till you cannot see what is it. Yeah? Remember, during the grounding process, do not hearing any, not sound to sound. So make sure between the stool is a space, back and forth, almost like a kneading bread. And also keep moving in one side, please. Yeah, if you have do left from left side, keep moving from left side. Not after this you are going here or here. Yeah, okay, just keep it here. And now you can find the difference from the left side or my right side. Okay, okay, like this one. Bring back. And back and forth. Now this. Now, plate, drop the minced chicken rack. Ready? Yeah. Now this chicken. You can have that. You can have that. You can have that. Yeah. The only thing you can have.
Hello, hello, hello. We have made it to our next destination. Pardon the lighting, there's really not much light in this room at all. Like all the lights are on and I'm sitting directly in front of the window and this is the result. But yeah, so we're at our next destination. I'm at Alaya Resort Ubud. So I'll be here for the next like 5 days. Yeah, so first let's do a recap of today so far and then I will do a room tour. So as I said this morning, I was going to a cooking class. I went there, great experience, highly recommend. It will be linked down below as will everything else. But basically they were really well organized. Like they have an actual restaurant. So it was one of the chefs from the restaurant or probably the main chef, I'm really not sure, who was like mainly in charge of the class. And they had the other staff from the restaurant also like assisting. So first they took us to the local market to like show us like the different ingredients and things that we would be using in the class. They had already purchased everything, but they just wanted us to, you know, at least have the experience of the market. It's very interesting. The market opens at like 3 a.m. they said, and it closes at noon. So it's really only in the morning. But yeah, so we went from there. Then we went to the actual restaurant. They had like little workstation set up outside. So we didn't fully cook all of the things that we cooked. We basically did a lot of chopping of vegetables, but then there was other stuff that was already like kind of cut up and prepped that they did. There was like a pork dish. I don't know what it was called. There was a couple of like a fish thing. There was a lot of things. You probably have already seen the clips and the pictures from that, but yeah, it was a great experience just kind of cooking everything. Also the chef was really good about explaining substitution options, like if you know you don't have this specific ingredient or this specific piece of equipment where you live, he was like, these are things that you can like substitute with. So they're like, oh, if you don't have galangal, use ginger. If you don't have bamboo skewers, use toothpick or use wooden chopstick or you know whatever. So I think that was really nice, and they gave us a certificate which I will put on the screen. And yeah, so it was just a great experience. So I left from there. I walked back to my hotel, I had a drink. It was called a Bali Majesty. I'll have to see if I can look up the menu to find the ingredients of it. There was this place, I think it was called Hummingbird. So yeah, went there and then went back to the old hotel, got in the car, drove here. It took like 2 hours to get here because of the traffic and everything like that. And now we're here. So let's get into the room tour. All right, so this is when you first walk in. So if we first look to the left, we have the bathroom. So this is the tub area, and you can see the wall is like really nicely decorated and everything like that. And then this is the shower. They have rain shower, then the soap and everything here. And then you have the toilet closet and the sink area. Then we have actually before we move on, so notice the bathroom is open, but they do have these curtains so that you can close it up if you need privacy. I'm only one person, so that's not really necessary. But yeah, nightstand, bed, none of this is particularly interesting. but we do have a nice little terrace patio area. So there's a seating area, table there. Then what looks like a rice field outside. I think someone is actually working in there right now. And then there's some other like scenery. So I'm definitely gonna walk around a bit in a minute. Yeah. So over here, there's mainly just cabinets. They did give me some fruit. I'm not sure what these are. They look almost like oranges, but they're not oranges. So I'll have to try one of those. And basically here we have water, coffee, tea. We have our luggage area. And of course we have our robe and our slippers. All right, so now that that's done, I think for the rest of the day, I don't have any plans. It's almost 5 p.m. I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'll do a quick walk around right now, just to walk around the property and see like what this is that I can see. Then I'm gonna take a shower, get dressed, do something to my hair because it got really tangled this morning when I was cooking, and I think it's because I didn't put any product in it after yesterday. So I need to figure that out somehow. And yeah, go have dinner somewhere and just chill for the rest of the night. I lied. I ordered room service. Yeah, so when I was in the shower dealing with my hair, I just started feeling really tired, really hungry. So I decided to just order room service and just chill tonight. I will go out and explore the town later. We have multiple days here, so good night. Good morning. Today is now Tuesday. It is the 22nd, I believe. Yes, today is Tuesday the 22nd, and today we are going on a tour. So we're gonna see like the main like tourist sites, I guess, in Bali. So like there's a rice terrace, waterfall. I don't remember what else is included in the tour, but yeah, so that's what is on the agenda for today. I'm just wearing this like linen jumpsuit because it seemed really comfortable for like walking around and stuff. So yeah, I'm about to go have breakfast at the hotel, and then I will be picked up and we will be on our way.
Before we wash, so they comes out like that. But before we process, we need to wash first. We wash first with hot water until we get fully clean. After that, we dry around 1 week. So after dry, we peel the skin, or we take off the layers because coffee is still inside. and they're still covering by the two skin or two layers inside like this. So the coffee they're not directly touching with the poo. Just the skin they contact with the poo, but not the pee. So it is very safe when you drink. It's daunting about it. After that, we need to dry a few days, and then we roast it. We're roasting on the fire around 45 minutes. Until the color of the coffee they are change or become dark or brown like that. You could smell it.
Hello, I am back. It has been a pretty long day, so I did which was supposed to be, it was an all-day tour. It was scheduled for 8 hours. Anyway, so basically I got picked up from here. The first place we went was the Tegunanan, I think is how it is, waterfall. Oh, it'll be on the screen. But yeah, so we went to the waterfall. I had my bathing suit on because I was hoping that we could swim, because I know that's something that people do at the waterfall, but unfortunately swimming was not allowed today because the current was too strong. So yeah, so we left from there and then we went to the monkey forest, which was cool. And then we had lunch, which I did not take any pictures of lunch at all. Then after that, we went to a temple, like one of the public temples. So we had to wear the sarong and everything like that. I didn't really take much footage there because it just didn't feel right to me to be filming someone's place of worship. I don't know. Other people were taking pictures and videos. I just didn't really feel comfortable doing that, at least not in the inside part. Yeah, so we left from there. We went to a coffee and tea plantation. So they have the animal, I think they called it a luo or something like that. So pretty much they were saying that one of the types of coffee that they make is the luo, the animal. It's like a wild cat. It eats the coffee fruit, and so there's a fruit on the outside and then there's a seed. So the animal eats the whole thing. It basically eats the fruit and then it just digests the seed. But the seed ferments inside of the body, and so they take those fermented seeds and they dry them out and they roast them and then they make the coffee out of them. It was really interesting to me because just maybe a week ago, I actually took a class at a work event. It was the edible history of chocolate, and he was explaining the process of making the chocolate, and I was like, oh, this is exactly the same process that they use for the coffee. And even the fruit looked very similar. It was basically the same type of situation where the fruit looked the same, the seed looked the same, it just all was the very same process, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, it was just interesting to see that. We tried the coffee, we tried a couple of different types of teas that they had as well. And then we left there and we went to the rice terrace, which that was one of my favorite parts. I really love the rice terrace. It's super beautiful, really pretty, and you could see some of the families working in their own little rice fields, which was nice. So now I'm back at my hotel. It is now about 5 p.m. I'm not hungry at all. So I think what I'm gonna do is go hang out at the pool for an hour or two and then go get something casual to eat later. All right, y'all. It's been a really long time since I talked to this camera because I have been going through it, but more about that later. So yesterday, I think the last update I gave was I had come back from the tour. I was about to go to the pool, which I did do. Hung out there for a bit, just was chilling in the water, listening to music, and then just laid out listening to music, trying to edit some of the pictures from yesterday, which were not that great because the lighting was just not good. But I managed to salvage a few, so that was good. So after that, I went to this restaurant nearby, got some dinner. They had it was a chicken curry that I had. They also had happy hours. There was like buy one get one free drinks, so I had a couple of ginger martinis, which were really good. I did not take any pictures because I just didn't think about it. So after that, I came back to my room and my back started hurting really bad. I do not know what happened, but like the whole, like, I guess middle part of my back just really started hurting. And so that's why I didn't turn on the camera and do an update last night, because I was going through it. I managed to get it, you know, to stop enough for me to sleep, but it was still pretty uncomfortable. So yeah, I went to bed pretty early. Then today, I was kind of in a rush this morning, partially because my back was still hurting, so I stayed in bed until the last minute. And then my driver for my activity ended up coming a little bit early. But today I went to the swing park, which was really fun. I was still a bit uncomfortable because of my back, but I was comfortable enough to like still go and enjoy the swings and get some good pictures. And you should see pictures on the screen. If you want to see more, there'll probably be more on my Instagram if you're not following that. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend going to the swing park. The place I went was Aloha Ubud swing. Yeah, they had I would say probably the standard swings that everybody has from what I have seen from everybody's pictures. What I will say in terms of the dress rental, if you're concerned about sizes, they're very size inclusive. I saw like really small people in dresses there, and the one that I was in was really big. Like you probably could have fit two of me in that dress. But they were able to like pin and tuck to like make it fit. So it actually still looked really good. But yeah, so very size inclusive. If you are a person who is on the larger side or the super small side and you're concerned about stuff fitting, do not be concerned. It was actually really good. Got some nice pictures. And then after that, again, I was going through it. So I basically came back, laid down for a little bit. Then I went to the store, bought some painkillers because I somehow didn't bring any with me. I don't know what I was doing when I was packing for this trip, but anyway, so yeah, no painkillers. So I bought some of those, took that, felt better, laid down for a bit, and then I went and got a massage, which may or may not have helped, but like my back is still hurting, so I really don't know what's going on. It's manageable at this point, but it's just annoying because I'm not sure what happened because it's just randomly started like yesterday evening. So yeah, because of that, I haven't really done much the rest of today. So after the massage, I just walked around the town a bit, and then I picked up some rice noodle stir fry from a local place. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now I'm about to go ahead and shower and get in the bed and just like watch YouTube probably until I go to sleep. Hello. It's been a long time since I talked to this camera. Mainly because I have not been doing anything, at least not anything that I could film. So I think the last update I gave was Wednesday evening. It is now Friday afternoon. Yeah. So Wednesday after I updated, I just went to bed. There's nothing to report there. Thursday, yesterday, I did a photo shoot. They had a promotion where you could get like a free 20 to 30 minute session and one free picture. If you wanted more than one picture, you had to pay, which I know they do that because most people are not going to want just the one picture. I ended up paying for 2 pictures and I got a total of 4 because they ended up throwing in another free picture. So yeah, so I got 4 pictures, and that. So did that, and then I didn't do anything else for the rest of yesterday. I was just relaxing, partially because my back was still kind of hurting, although it feels good now. Like my back is feeling back to normal. So whatever that was has passed, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, so didn't really do anything. Got dinner from this sandwich place across the street, got an egg salad sandwich, and that was it. So today I did an activity. It was called a yoga and water temple retreat. So they picked me up in the morning and they had me change into the traditional Balinese attire. I'll put a picture on the screen. Basically, you have to wear the Balinese attire to go into the temples. You can just wear the sarong. So like when I went to the other temple, I just had on the sarong over my clothes. But today they brought me the full outfit with the shirt. I forgot what it was called. But the shirt, and there's like a little sash and like, yeah. So we went to the temple. We did the ritual. So you go in and you you pray and you meditate.
And then you change. What did we change, or did I don't remember? At some point, we changed out of the shirt because that's not for water, and you go in the water with just the sarong to cover you. Which I have my bathing suit on underneath as well. Yeah, because the sarong really wasn't that secure. So yes, yeah, so you do the ritual. So there's different. I think the number is dependent on what your goal is. The premise, at least the way that it was explained to me, is that since our bodies are like 75% water, if you're like stressed or you're sick or anything like that, then the water in your body is dirty. And so you do this purification ritual to basically replace the dirty water with clean water. So the way that it works is we were doing the number 3. I think the number varies based off of what your goal is. There was a sign that had something to do with the numbers, but I couldn't read it. I'll put it on the screen just so you know what I'm talking about. I couldn't read it because it wasn't in English, but anyway, we did number 3, which I think she said 3 was for focus or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, we did that. And then, so the way you do the ritual is you start, there's like different fountains and they're like smaller. So you start from the smaller one and you do all of this at each one. And so at each one, you like wash your face, 3 times, and then you spit 3 times. I think that's like the flushing out of the dirty water. And then you drink the water 3 times, and then you like dunk your whole body under the water, and then you like dunk your back underneath the water. And then you move on to like the next like fountain. And so each fountain is like in this like pool. So yeah, that was what we did. So after all of that, put on regular clothes, tied the dry sarong, because we're still inside the temple, so you still have to wear, the sarong. Then we left from there. They took me to some hotel. I don't know what hotel I was at. I had breakfast, and then I just hung out at their pool for a little bit, waiting for the yoga class, and then I along with some others did this yoga class, and then I had the driver bring me back here, and that is pretty much it for me. So in terms of, I guess I'll just go ahead and give my overall thoughts from the trip now, because it's pretty much over. Like, I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm not doing anything else interesting for the rest of the day. So in terms of overall thoughts, I think I already talked about the flight, which was not my favorite. I felt like the seats were not that comfortable, but it is what it is. I also don't know how much of that was the plane and how much of that was just being on a plane for that amount of time is never going to be that comfortable, especially in economy class. So yeah, I won't really get too much more into that. In terms of the hotels, both hotels that I've stayed at have been really, really nice. I think about $200 US per night is what I've been paying since I've been here. There are obviously places that are much, much cheaper if you don't want to pay that much, but I kind of just wanted to have a nice experience and just stay in a really nice place, since things are comparatively cheaper here. Okay, so yeah, so that was it. But both places have been super nice. Everybody at the hotels have been super friendly. They remember you by name. Just overall great experience. This particular hotel, I do feel like some of the finishes here are more for looks and for like actual quality. Like, some of the stuff doesn't seem to be built super sturdily, so that is something to keep in mind. But it's not a big deal because like it's a hotel, you know what I mean? But it's just, yeah. In terms of activities, I would say most of the activities I've done I really enjoyed. Definitely recommend going to a swing park. Definitely recommend the cooking class that I did. Snorkeling was okay. Probably out of all the activities I did for this trip was my least favorite. Also probably my least favorite snorkeling excursion that I've gone to in general. This is now my 3rd time snorkeling, and yeah, I think the reason for that is kind of twofold. Number one, it was just such a process to get to and from the actual snorkeling activity, and number two, just what we could see was just not as interesting as what I saw when I was like snorkeling in Cabo and snorkeling in Belize. It was not bad, but it just wasn't as interesting as those other places. So like, there was a turtle and it was like this big huge deal that there was a turtle, that there was one turtle. Whereas when I think it was Cabo, or was it Belize? I actually don't remember. There were like multiple, like very large like turtles. Yeah. So that was something. The activity I did today, I really did enjoy. One thing I do want to mention, if you are a religious person, you might not want to do this activity because that you are participating in Hindu practices. So if your religion does not align with you participating in practices from other religions, this is the water purification and things like that are probably not things that would appeal to you, but otherwise it is something that I would recommend. I do feel like I personally enjoy experiencing other people's cultures, even if that includes other religious practices. And yoga is always just good for the body, although technically yoga is also a spiritual practice depending on how you practice. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Trying to think if there's anything else. The all-day tour was definitely a must. I think booking a tour like that to see like kind of the main sites, the rice terrace, the waterfall, the monkey forest, things like that were really good. So overall, I've had a good time. I definitely feel like I'm ready to go home. I think a lot of people were like, oh my God, you're going all the way there for only a week. And I'm just like, I don't want to be gone for too long. I start missing my bed, missing my shower. Like, I want to sleep in my own apartment, you know? So I'm definitely at that point where I'm like, you know, it's about that time to wind down. It's about that time to head home. This is also the longest solo trip that I've ever taken. The previous ones that I took were only like maybe 4 days, whereas this one has been a full week. So I think that's probably part of it as well. Like I'm kind of ready to get back to my normal life. Um, I think if I was with other people, I might feel more comfortable being gone for longer. But yeah. So with that being said, I think I'm about to go put my bathing suit back on and just go hang out at my hotel pool for the rest of the afternoon. And then I'll just get dinner somewhere and get my stuff together in preparation for leaving tomorrow. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And also comment down below, like if you've been to Bali, like what were your favorite things? If you haven't been to Bali yet, what are some things that you would be interested in trying? Also, if you have any other recommendations for places I should go, I would love to hear that as well. But yeah, that's all for now. And I'll see you next time. Bye.